Look at that. Look at that. Interesting, huh? So it's gonna be called Pixel Glow. Apparently, this is a real thing. With the release of Android 17 Beta 4, I believe it's the last beta before the stable build is released. This was found in the code of Android 17 Beta 4 that was just released, I think, a couple of days ago, yesterday. There's code for a feature called Pixel Glow. And I didn't know if this was real. I actually looked into it myself today. It's a real thing. So let me show you the code that was pulled from Android 17 Beta 4, and then we'll discuss what it is, what devices it'll be on, and what we can look forward to this feature. So here is the code. It's called Pixel Glow, and it's described as stay in the moment without losing touch. Pixel Glow uses subtle light and color on the back of your device to inform you of important activity when it is face down. So that's how it is described. Now it says under the information, it says use Pixel Glow with caution if you're light sensitive. If you have flash notifications turned on, you won't see Pixel Glow for incoming calls. I have flash notification. For whatever reason, I always lay my phone face down. I think it's because it's not because I'm trying to hide something on my screen. I've been accused of that, but I promise you that's not the reason. I like aesthetics, the way things look. So a lot of times I'll just lay my phone down and I like to look at phone. It's no fun looking at the screen. They all look the same. I want to turn it around, look at the back, sort of like women. No, just joking. This will be only available if the phone knows it's laying face down, which is common because they have gyroscopes in here, so it knows what direction, where it's sitting, and all of that stuff, right? So and I'm not sure how they're going to implement this, because I want you to take a look at this. So I'm going to pull this back up on the screen. You can see it glowing around the camera island. Now, what's the difference visual wise between the upcoming Pixel 11, which this is going to be featured on, and the Pixel 10 series? Well, they both have camera islands on there, but the Pixel 10 series has that half moon. So you got that camera bar, that pill-shaped camera bar back there, but the 10 series has that little half moon where it has that little metallic section where that metallic section covers on the right side of what you're looking at. That metallic section on the Pixel 10 covers the microphone and the flash. On the Pixel 11, what we're looking at right now, it's going to be all glass. Now, some of the earlier leaks that we got on the Pixel 11 show that camera bar and it being 100% glass, no more half moon, no more metallic half moon. And I thought, well, cool, it looks freaking great. And it looks the same, right? That camera hump, that camera island on the back stands up pretty tall. But on the previous leaks that we got, it's interesting because there's not really a place. It's not like it just looks like a regular Pixel. How this looks like, they're gonna have to put some kind of LED strip. They're gonna have to put some kind of light emitting function around that camera island. And going back to we got renders of the Pixel 10, Pixel 10 Pro, and Pixel 10 Pro XL, and I think we got renders of the Pixel 11, Pixel 11 Pro, and Pixel 11 Pro XL, and we also got renders of the Pixel 11 Pro Fold, and it looked like all the others. I did not see, and I even zoomed in just to take a look at the camera bar, but I was not anticipating Pixel Glow, but I did zoom in pretty far, and I did not see any LED strips, anything like that around the camera island. So it makes me wonder, are they going to implement this around the border of the glass where that pill shape is? Or is it going to be on the border of the island where it meets the back glass? Is there going to be a little strip around the island where it meets that back glass? Or is it going to be on top of that camera island that borders the camera island? I have no idea. I have no clue. My guess is as good as yours, but they're telling us this is what we're going to get. So, pretty freaking cool. Now, there is another phone I do remember. I think it was Oppo Reno. Was it the Oppo Reno 15? That sort of looked like the Find X9 Pro. It had a camera island, but off to the left, right? Kind of like a OnePlus 15. And from what I remember, it had this similar thing, and I wanted to grab that so bad. And this was, we're talking about 2 or 3 years ago. I wanted to get that Oppo Reno so bad because of the glowing LEDs around that camera island, but I never ended up getting the phone. And that's the only other phone I can think of, because I was like, damn, there used to be a phone that had a glowing LED around the cameras, but I couldn't remember what it was, and it hit me last night. The Oppo Reno 15. Matter of fact, let's do this. Let me do a Google search real quick and find out. Let's see here. Yeah, I think it's this. Did it have the glow? Did it have the glow? Did it have the glow? Let's see. What is it called? RGB LED. Maybe it wasn't the Oppo Reno, or maybe it wasn't the 15, but I know it was one of them. Maybe it was the 7. Yeah, here we go. It was the 7, Oppo Reno 7. Let me share my screen. This is exactly what it was, but it wasn't around the camera island. It was around each camera sensor. Kind of like how on the Flip 7, you know, on the outer Flip 7. Hey, did you, I emailed you. Check your email. We'll straighten it out. It was this right here. Check this out. Where are we? Oh, look, shit. Let me move this over. Okay, so look at this. This is the Oppo Reno 7. I said 15. I was way off. So maybe it was a little older than 2 or 3 years. Okay, good. I think I messaged you right before I start. When I get done with this, I'll check it. Thank you. It was the Oppo Reno 7. This is the only other... Oh, no, wait. I spoke too soon. Check this out. Yeah, so here we go. Is that still the 7? Yep, Oppo Reno 7 5G. So this is the only other phone I could think of that had, but I knew there was a phone out there where they're pulling this from. You can't tell me the engineers at Google don't remember this phone. I guarantee you they thought, you know what? Do you remember that Oppo Reno 7 phone that had that glowing, and it was for notifications, right? You can customize it just like on this Pixel Glow. You're going to be able to customize the color. You're going to look at this. This is going to be really, really cool. All right, so we already know that's out. So you're going to be able to customize the color and how fast or slow it pulsates, and for certain contacts, for text messages, for phone calls, for app notifications. You can flash all red real fast when your wife calls, or you can pulsate purple or pink when your daughter texts you. You see what I'm saying? This is going to be really freaking cool. And I swear to you, I have on my list of stuff to stream about or make videos about, but I was waiting a little bit closer till we got towards the Pixel 11 launch. Pixel's got to come with something, and little did I know they were going to come with this, but they have an opportunity. They can grab a larger portion of the market share, because their market share is continually growing. They continue to sell more and more phones every year. But You do hear some people saying they're getting a little boring with just the same old, same old. Now, I think I absolutely love this design, the aesthetics, the way it looks, but they needed something extra, and I think they have a real opportunity to hit a home run, to knock it out of the park if, enormous if, they can get their GPU on track. Their GPU is trash. The performance is so bad, it's laughable. It's literally laughable. Like, it's not even a comparison. And I know benchmarks aren't everything, but there's something. But the benchmarks, when you benchmark a Pixel, shows you how bad it is. Like, it's literally a Pixel 8, a 2 or 3 year old Pixel has stronger GPU performance than the current Pixel 10. That's messed up. But they are switching GPUs this year, so their CPU is respectable, right? As long as they make incremental improvements on their CPU, I would expect an incremental improvement on the Pixel 11 over the current Pixel 10. But they got to improve their GPU. It sucks. But they have a really, really good opportunity if they can significantly improve their GPU. They're going to have the very best display on any smartphone when it comes out. They're having a brand new, the M16 OLED from Samsung. Going to have a brand new OLED panel from Samsung. You're going to have fantastic cameras. You're going to have fantastic build quality. The audio on there, if you vlog or record videos, it's the best on any cell phone. I still think that, hands down. So they have an opportunity to bring a fantastic product to the market if they can hit on their GPU. But something like this, the Pixel Glow, is something they can market. It's something people can look at on a commercial, because Pixel over the last year or two has really stepped up their marketing campaigns, especially during NFL games, as well as NBA sports. But something like this will catch people's eyes, and people will be like, damn, that is really cool. Oh, do you see that? It glows. What other phone does that? Again, I showed the Oppo Reno 7, but it did that. But that was, they're on, what are they on now? Oppo Reno 15, 16, 17. So we're talking 7 or 8 years ago that another phone, and if you could think of another phone, please respond, let me know. But this is a fantastic idea. Got me really excited. Now here's the thing. They've seen it in the code. This is in the code for the Pixel 11, Pixel 11 Pro, Pixel 11 Pro XL. So it's going to come on basically all the Pixels. You don't just have to get a Pro or Pro XL to get the Pixel Glow. However, I don't know if it's on the Fold. I'm assuming it will be on the Pixel 11 Pro Fold, but I'm not 100% sure. I am 100% sure it's coming to the 11 Pro, and the 11 Pro XL. I would assume it's coming to the Pro Fold, because why would they leave that out too, right? I mean, it's just a little LED strip that they put around the camera island. Seems pretty easy. So I would expect it to come on the Pro Fold. But that's not the only device it's going to be coming on, because here's another picture. Because they're also putting this on their brand new Pixel Book. Google has been working on a brand new laptop that they're going to bring to market. They've been working on this for about 4 or 5 years, this specific product. Do you remember on the old Pixel Books? They stopped making them for the last 3 or 4 years. The very last one they came out with, the Pixel Book Go, it had a little LED strip on the cover, on the outside cover of the laptop. Like if you open a laptop up like this and you close it, right on this top part, there is a little LED strip. And they're going to put this Pixel Glow on their new Pixel Book as well. Remember, their new Pixel Book that's going to come out, I believe it's going to be launched on the same day as these Pixel 11 series devices. That's when they're going to launch the, Aluminium OS? It's going to be their brand new operating system that essentially combines Chrome OS and Android into one. So it'll be like using Android, but more optimized for laptops. You'll be able to run any app on a laptop. It's also going to have top-notch specs from what I understand. They're not going to skip any specs here. We don't know what processor they're going to use. I'm expecting them to use that new one of the new Qualcomm CPUs, ARM CPUs. I'm expecting them to, but we don't know right now. It's going to be a top-of-the-line laptop from what I understand. It's not going to be a MacBook Neo like laptop. No, it's going to be a premium laptop. So I think they're going to launch that with this, and then both the Pixelbook and the Pixel 11 series are going to have Pixel Glow. So that is freaking cool. This is a real thing, and it will be coming to Pixel. So is that enough? Is that enough? Would that be enough to entice you? Maybe you have an S26 Ultra. Would that be enough for you to maybe jump to Pixel or jump back to Pixel? Because I know there are some people that did the opposite. I know I know people personally that have actually been using Pixel their whole life, kind of got bored with the last Pixel or two, and then jumped to the S26 Ultra. Is that enough to get you to switch? Now, I'm going to get one just because I love Pixel, but I unfortunately think their 200 charging cycle limit is still going to be in place. You're still going to hear me bitch about that because I think it's outrageous that they put 200 charging cycle limits on these phones when that's essentially comes out to like 6 months of usage, right? At least give me 365 charging cycles. At least give us a whole year of usage before you limit the charging and limit the battery capacity. I expect them to put that on this upcoming Pixel 11. And then the GPU. That's going to be the only two things. So I think for sure they're going to put the 200 charging cycle limit on there. That'll suck. But then it's just going to depend on the GPU. If they can get the GPU correct, meaning if they can crank some power out of this thing, it'll do wonders for them. So I know they're in the lab. I know they're literally working on this as we speak. So we'll just obviously just going to have to wait and see. But this is very cool, and I think it's a phenomenal way of phone manufacturers to implement something cool into their products. Give me a second.